we got to high school the best way we knew how. We never heard of school buses. They didn't come on until long after we did. You either ran, walked, got a ride, or whatever. And she came along, Isabel came along 1 year after, and she meant nothing to me, and I'm sure I didn't mean anything to her.
Oh,
And,
you're so sweet.
This is a lovely story.
Yeah, I said, you're so sweet.
then we went to high school during the war years, and there was no school buses, I said. She was 1 year behind me, and I had to get out for farm work, grade 9, grade 10. Blake was still a little boy in elementary school. He tells you he's the farmer. I did the hard work. Then, I didn't like catching a ride to skits the best way I knew how. And I worked at Goodison's during the summer and bought a Model A Ford for $150. And I drove a few kids to school. And yes, Karen, I charged Mother $2.
That's where Ronnie gets it from.
I would have charged more.
Well, $2 is a lot of money then. And then
A lot of money today.
So $2 a month, a day?
a week.
A week. A week.
Then I graduated and went to work as an electrician's helper. Isabel finished up her last year and went to the highest level law office in Sarnia. Taylor, Jameson Park, Mellon, whatever. Oh, it was really the law office. She became. So anyway, we kind of.
Olivia.
Then we went along, and I didn't see Isabel. I guess I didn't mean much to her, and I didn't notice how cute she was. And she had some boyfriends. I guess I had a girlfriend or two. And anyway, we were on a double date a couple times. And suddenly Charlie realized he had the wrong girl. And somewhere along the line, and Isabel reminded me of this, our first official date, we went to Art Castle. Now, I suppose none of you fellas know Art Castle.
White Castle.
Dancing under the stars on Kenwick on the Lake.
Oh.
That was something.
What a thrill.
So that was the first, and I think Isabel said, I didn't think you were ever going to ask me. And I said, well, I was scared to ask you because I don't like taking no for an answer. So that really was the start of our love affair. And it went pretty fast. I knew I had the right one. And, I think we just went steady over the weekend.
It's my turn to be the embarrassed kid.
Asked Isabel to marry me on the back steps of Bruce's house now. And she said, I will. And I took off for work. I had to work the midnight shift. So then I don't know whether we talked about eloping, because, hey, it was different back in those days.
She told me she just wanted her $2 back.
So anyway, that was, we didn't elope because her mother wanted a wedding with her only daughter, which, and I had great respect for Isabel's mother. I was her favorite grandson. Or grandson.
You were her only son.
That was, when was that?
1950?
No, 48. And we engaged in 49. And Isabel was anxious to get married. I said, no, I can't get married till I make $1 an hour
Oh,
as an electrician.
that's true.
That's
Well, I
the
didn't
truth.
say that.
Isabel was making $13 or $14 an hour.
Government. As a
He said he
teacher.
made $13 or $14 a week, secretary to the lawyer. So anyway, that went along and we were, I guess, madly in love. And that was in '49, and we got married in 1950. And so we didn't have much money. We were built a little house in Cronum. And Blake helped us build it. And I must tell you a little bit about it, because it just came up for sale last week. It cost us $6,800 to build, 1,040 square feet. It was on the market last week for $167,500. So we lived there for 4 years. That was our honeymoon house. And we've had some tough times. We didn't have any money. When we came back, Isabel says, here's my money. She handed over $25, and we got a bill for $35 for flowers the next day. I think we lived on love. And anyway, things went along, and of course we wanted a family, and it took a little while. Maybe we were like Karen. But we had lots of fun. So anyway, Chuck come along. He was the first grandson in the family, and I think he was the first grandson. You getting order?
Yeah.
You want to hear more?
Shut up!
So anyway, we had Chucky, and of course he was the first grandson on both sides of the house. I remember having our grandmothers, and they didn't keeping him over Brighton Fair when we went dancing. And I think our mothers ended up fighting over who was going to hang.
Oh, that's right. We saw that.
And anyway, that was '52. Brighton Fair Day. That was a big thing.
You got 70 more years to go.
I lost my mother just shortly after that. And then that makes you grow up in a hurry. And then we lost our dad, and then we lost Isabel's dad. And our kids just grew up with one grandmother, Isabel's mother, Mamie. And of course, I was her favorite grandson. I'm getting mixed up.
Son-in-law.
So anyway, we really have had a great life together, even if all these distractions. And we're just proud of the family we have. And all I ask you to drop in and see us every week.
That's tough.
I know we're blessed. We say that every day. All you grandchildren and those that want to be an Esper.
Some people have made the decision, some people are still not sure.
You're not sure. Well, after
I'm giving
tonight,
advice
I think
if you want
everybody
any.
should be sure. And I just appreciate every nice words, and my head was getting like this, but Isabel, bring it back like that. You know that.
That's called the vice.
And we've had our ups and downs, but it's tough. And we come back, as I was saying, the house was $6,800, and we had a mortgage for $3,000, was it, Isabel? Paid $60 a month on the mortgage, and I think we've done all right.
And how much was the bathtub?
Which house?
That was in the new.
So anyway, I'm reminded of a couple sayings. As you all know, I always follow politics. They're not all crooks, I know that, because I was in it for a while. And people said different times we didn't agree with what you did, but we respect you. Joe Biden, Vice President of the United States, said when he lost his son here just a few weeks ago, he was very successful. He was more successful than I am, and that makes me pretty successful. And I look around this table and all our kids, and they're certainly a lot more successful than Isabel and I. So that makes us successful. And now, I really think the love grows deeper. She even tells me when she goes to the laundry room down the hall about 20 feet, I tell her when I'm going down to get the mail. And I know that Isabel spent a lot of nights by herself. I never thought of it at the time, but I was away a lot, and I done a lot of different things. And she raised these kids, and I think she did a pretty good job. And I'm proud of every one of them. I'm proud of every grandchild, and I'm also very proud of all our in-laws. They all did a good choice. So anyway, I just thank you all for coming, and I say, my wife, we're more in love now than we were back in 1950 when I asked her to marry me.
Give her a kiss.